No good man. No good man. No good And I'm in there, and I'm in there. You know how they do. You ain't gotta f me on it. You can do the whole crew. I know what I told you. I ain't with that last two. Damn, she a free. Anything that she find it. That's nasty. Yes, I'm a groupie. I don't mind if you ask me. If you ask me, no cousin to the world. And I love being single, baby. I don't want no girlfriend. Listen, girl, let me tell you something. I ain't trying to be your man or nothing. Baby, we Hey y'all. Hello, hello. This is No Cuffing by Young Tone. It's that throwbite. It's that Atlanta throwbite. It takes me back to circa 2010. Back when my Meg niece, my the real I was the real Meg the Stallion. Okay. When my Meg niece was back, they were strong. Made of the best titanium. No, or is it vibranium? Which was it that they were talking about in Black Panther? Titanium or vibranium, whatever. But that was my shit anyway. What's going on, guys? Happy birthday, Metaphysics King. Hello, hello. What you gonna do for your birthday? What you gonna do for your birthday? What you gonna do for your birthday? So I'm gonna be in and out. I'm not gonna be because I've been busy. I got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of readings that I'm cranking out. So I won't be able to be here on live with you guys for a long time tonight, but I did want to go over some things. I did want to get into some things. So as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to talk about that old Cancer Mars because oh my god. So basically this week I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know if you guys have heard about the whole thing with DJ Academics. Did y'all see that? So I'm gonna pull up the clip on my end. Actually, I'm not. I lied because I don't know if he's striking people's channels. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm gonna just recommend y'all go watch on your own time. But basically, if you're not aware, what happened was DJ Academics, who is a popular YouTuber, specifically as it pertains to like giving commentary on hip hop, rap, that kind of thing. I guess he has his own podcast, or he was featuring on somebody's podcast. I don't know. Okay, but the general gist of it was he was on a podcast that there was a panel of women. Now, I actually watch, or I used to watch, DJ Academics for a while because I like his commentary when it comes to music and industry shit. But I have noticed that he does like because he's on Twitch and like a bunch of other platforms, and it's actually not uncommon for him to do or host these like gatherings, these virtual gatherings or live streams or whatever the case with women. So like he'll bring women on, and in the title it'll say like IG thought, like academics versus IG thought. So in this particular situation, it was some women on the panel. They were discussing men versus women issues. I guess y'all know them issues that don't never like them conversations that never go anywhere because you have the women saying this, the men saying that. And apparently, his conversation with one woman in particular began to derail. Now, I didn't watch the whole thing, right? I just saw the clip that most people saw, And in this said clip, I guess he wanted to kick the girl out. And I'm like, okay, well, especially if it's his shit, he has the right. You got the right to kick anybody out of your function. You got the right to have somebody escorted off of, your set, your podcast, whatever. But did he just do that and go on by his business? No, he didn't. He proceeded to antagonize this woman. He was saying stuff like, "Yeah, you a broke bitch and go home to your little niglet." And I'm like, okay, like he was really feeling himself, and like she was getting up to leave. And of course, she's gonna talk shit back. She's talking shit back. They're talking shit back to each other, but he's like really aggressive and he's antagonizing her. And then she's getting up to walk away. He like walks up on her, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? And he was saying shit like, oh, handle your business, nigga. Handle your business. I'm like, is he talking? Is he still talking to the woman? Because she was giving very petite IG model. I'm like, is there a nigga in the room? Maybe it's a nigga behind her that he's talking to. Like, they pan the camera over. He's still talking to this chick, like a woman. So I was just very, very confused. And then at some point in the hallway, because what he didn't know was Shorty had the mouse tool. Okay. So apparently she up the file on his ass, or that's what people say, because this happened off camera. So all you hear is to the left, to the left, to the left. Bitches start diving to the left like they Beyonce. Okay. Actually, they were just sitting there looking stupid. And one dude was like, if she shoot me, I'm a destroy her ass. Like, nigga, you're just gonna be shot. Like, it was just it was so much going on. It was giving me corny nigga, like corny niggas on full display. Like, it was so weird. It was so weird. And I was like, and y'all want to know what's so funny? Because I pulled up DJ Academics, his chart in the past, right? I just never, and I do that a lot because I'm nosy, or and I do like to do research and things like that in terms of just from an astrology standpoint. That's just me, I'm a little nerdy. So from time to time, I do want to just kind of do my own cross references, and it may not even be about me doing a video, but I remember looking at his chart in the past and seeing that he had his Mars in Cancer, and it was conjoined to Chiron, and I was like, oh, that's why this nigga act like that. Like, he a bitch, number one. Like, literally, he's a bitch, a hurt bitch. Y'all know Chiron deals with wounds. So I'm like, when people say, who hurt you? Like, somebody really hurt this nigga to the core. He's like a whole, and he looks like a Cancer. I mean, he's a Taurus sun, and Tauruses can be stocky, and he gives me chunks, but he also gives me like man titties. That's very much Cancer Mars, man titty, big old man boobs. Got some hips. He's built like a little chicken McNugget. Like, and if I'm not mistaken, I heard that like at some point in the podcast, that's really when he got mad because the girl called him fat. And Cancer Mars people, especially men, and then when you add Chiron into the mix, very sensitive. So, you say something about his weight, honey. Now he ready to go on full attack. But the thing about academics, like I said, I've kind of seen this in him already. If you kind of watch his shows or like listen to his platform, he subscribes to a very specific type of mindset that I notice is very popular, of course, in rap. When we talk about rap and hip hop, it's some of the most misogynistic art forms there is. And that's just, true to it, true tea. As a person who consumes these art forms myself, I have a lot of cognitive dissonance surrounding that because a lot of these rappers is sexist as fuck. You know what I mean? And just the way they like, because he even had like a campaign called Hard on Thoughts, and he spends a lot of his time focusing on women and not in a good way, like focusing on what he doesn't like about certain types of women. He even brought Brittany Renner on his show and was saying that she's a side chick, and he has a group of following, like a group of niggas who he calls chat niggas, and they're much like him. And academics gives me lame nigga vibes. He gives me energetically, he gives me the energy of a dude who was not given the time of day. It gives me a dude who was probably even a simp. or who had to be in order to get any woman who was worth looking at, right? And of course, over the years, he's making hella money. He has hella money, hella status, all of these things that most men would only dream of, and that can get them access to a certain type of woman. But he still has that chip on his shoulder. And he gets this money and he starts to act like the rappers that he reports on. And because he's not a street nigga, and he makes it very known, like he's very adamant about the fact that he's not a street nigga. Whenever he interviews, like, all these niggas from Chirac and whatever and whatever. Oh, I'm a civilian. I'm a civilian. Niggas be calling him bitches and hoes to his face. A lot of niggas have talked about they want to do this, do that, do this, do that, do that. But then when he gets around women, there's a certain level of bravado that comes. And for me, it's triggering because it takes me back to my childhood because I actually was raised by a man who was like that. I was raised by a man who never really challenged other men, but he would give women the business. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas that like when another nigga come in the room, and he beats ass, them be the niggas that be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no problems. I ain't that type of nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're very rational and logical. They can work it out, you know what I mean? But when it comes to women, they gully. They be on they bully. Now, what like handle your business, nigga. Handle your bit like, whoa. Them be the type of niggas that like when women, when a girl be like, y'all, my man is crazy. Girl, your man ain't crazy to nobody but you. It be them type of niggas, like women who get with these dudes who only beat their ass and then they start talking like they with a shooter. But it be like, but girl, ain't nobody scared of your nigga but you. Like, but in the streets, your nigga get slapped in the back of the head and they make him run, all the niggas make him run their errands and he get beat up and robbed. Like that's what academics gives me. So I said all this to say, because I really want to show y'all the video. I want to pull up his chart. I wanted to give y'all a full understanding of like what we have on our hands before I pull up his chart. Because he's very lame. He's very, very lame. And you can feel when a person is overcompensating. I don't know about y'all, but I can feel it. I can feel when somebody is trying really, really hard to either be something they're not, or you know what I mean? It's weird. It's a weird energy, and that's why I kind of stopped watching him. Like I said, if he puts out videos on music and things like that, I'll watch because I do enjoy his take. I do enjoy his musical opinions and whatnot. He can be very entertaining, but yeah, watching him turn up on that girl like that was like the only thing that I would say she was wrong about, or where she went wrong, is that she didn't push that nigga shit the fuck back. Because honestly, shout out to my radio, but she made a good point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't pull your shit out if you're not gonna use it. Period. Because academics, when he had did like a follow-up video after the video went viral. And he was saying like, well, he of course he's trying to make himself sound cool, given like the Monday, you know what I'm saying, the Monday recap, like the play by play. He's like, well, you know, I saw that she had a strap, and I was trying to provoke her. I was saying like, "What you gonna do?" You first of all, I heard none of this. Like I didn't hear, like you didn't hear that. So maybe it was a quiet thing, a quiet exchange that happened in the hallway. I didn't hear that nigga saying you got the strap, use it, use it. I mean, he was calling her broke bitches, saying get the fuck out, saying I get a woman to beat your ass, I can get you. He was saying stuff like that. I didn't hear this nigga saying you got the strap, pull it, nigga. He made it sound like it was a movie. Like he saw her with the strap, and he was like, yeah, what you gonna do? Huh, huh, what you gonna do? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. Said no nigger the fuck. Like, did I call him a nigger with a hard ER? He is a nigger with a hard ER. Said no nigger ever. He is. But but yeah, he's like, yeah, because what she didn't know is that I had my homeboy, he had the strap and he was ready to put her down. So you literally just admitted, not to mention I don't believe you, but let's take you at face value. You're saying that you were trying to provoke a woman to shoot you so that a man could shoot her. Like it was just either way, the bitch assness has been revealed. And I'm like, this is the most controversy you found yourself in terms of like academics has never gone viral for being in no type of confrontation, not face to face with nobody. And the first time you do is with a woman, and you talking about a nigga putting her down. You think that he was just the way he said it, you could tell he thought he was so cool. He thought he was so cool. And what was so disturbing, what was even more disturbing was the people, the niggas, the lames, the niggas who used to run the lunch, the niggas who used to beatbox on the table. Like they was like celebrating him. And like I just feel like niggas like that, I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna look at the comments and we're gonna pull up his chart. And she can use that in court for a lawsuit. She can sue. Cause I'm like, and to be real with you, as a woman, if I'm arguing with a nigga and everybody else in that room, they were some bitches, you know what I'm saying? Even the girls, like, cause they were like, oh, she got into it with the other girls, but them bitches was on hush mode while she was there. So it's like, didn't nobody stop him? Like, when nobody saying, hey, bro, you doing too much? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm a woman and a nigga is walking up on me, like I said, the only thing she did wrong was not shooting him. Honestly, I'm not gonna pull out shit if I'm not gonna shoot it. And if she would have shot, she would have popped the goddamn sausage roll off the back of his neck. She would have been in the right. And furthermore, I thought it was pretty interesting in terms of this situation because Mars does deal with gun violence. It can deal with gunfire. With Mars could join the Chiron and Cancer like that. DJ Academics is actually at risk for a situation like that. I could definitely see him getting shot by a woman, but these are men who themselves might be, capable of doing some type of damage or harm to a woman. You know, so it's like if she were to shoot his ass, she would be in the right. I have Mars and Aries. I notice I'm not afraid to get into conflict even with niggas. Is that like the female opposite of Mars and Cancer? I mean, not. I don't. I mean, I don't know if it's the opposite, but that Mars and Aries in general. I mean, for men and women, depending on what else is going on in your chart and how it's aspected, can produce a conflict-driven person or hothead. Um, that's just what it is. So, I mean, I can see that. Mars and Cancer yes, a lot of Cancer Mars men can be abusive towards women or very aggressive at the least. Another example is Chris Brown. That's that bitch assness I'm talking about. Chris Brown carries himself like he's such a tough nigga, and you're a bitch. Like, to be honest with you, I don't know situations of Chris Brown. Like, I think they said Chris Brown beat up Frank Ocean, but it's Frank Ocean, nigga. But like in terms of like, oh wow, Chris Brown is really out here laying niggas out. Oh yeah, y'all heard about Chris Brown? Oh no, nigga, we don't want it with Chris Brown. Oh no. Like, fill me in, somebody. Have you ever, anybody? But he'll beat the fuck out of a bitch though. He beat the shit out of Rihanna and was abusing Karrueche too. Them the type of niggas I be talking about. That's so weird to me. And God knows exactly what situation to place me in because them the type of niggas who they really just need to be sent to the shadow realm, just pronto. As women, quit trying to squabble with these niggas. You protect yourself by any means necessary. You grab you a weapon, and the minute a dude puts his hands on you, you blow that nigga to kingdom come. You send him to meet his maker. What did what's his name say? What did Mystical say? You finna be rooming with the devil in a minute. Periodo, period. Goon squad on his ass. No man's ever squared up with me like that. Thank God. I'm a Cancer stellium. Cancer sun men always attracted towards me. I had to physically fight all of them because they did just that to me. Cancer, ugh. Cancer, I don't, and I'm biased. I'm a Cancer South Node, but so my experiences with people with lots of Cancer energy anyway probably wouldn't be that great, especially men. But um, I just I can't like with Cancer men. Oh, bleh, like mm-mm. And honestly, Pisces too. Like Pisces, and you know what? I'm not gonna paint all Pisces men with the broad stroke, but water sign men in general have a weird thing to them, and this is because they do have a lot of feminine energy. I would say Scorpio men are not that bad because Scorpio is still co-ruled by Mars. Mars is a very masculine planet. Of course, everybody has their every sign, every archetype of every sign has its pros and cons, right? But in terms of feeling like they have to overcompensate for like that feminine energy that they have, Scorpio men may not be as bad. They may not be as bad. They have their own thing in other ways. But Pisces men and Cancer men, it's it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've never been in a serious fight with someone before. The only people I fought were my sisters and my mother. Cancer men, yep, corny as hell. Think about Bow Wow. He's a Pisces. I would have to revisit his chart. I did a reading on him before. While I'm talking to y'all, let me go ahead and pull up academics' chart real quick. But yeah, I gotta go back and revisit it. But even Bow Wow is a really good example of that. Him being a Pisces, he's so corny and he tries so hard to make it's like he's trying to convince us, he's like this this gooned up, like gangster ass nigga. It's Bow Wow. Like, nigga, ain't nobody scared of you. Like, nobody is scared of you. Like, nobody. Y'all remember that video that came out of him and his ex-girlfriend on that elevator, and he was like barking at her. He was like in her face. Like she was standing up, like, on the elevator, like facing forward. And he was like bucking at her, like, dude, like it, like almost like a little chihuahua. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But then when they showed the video, when they showed their mugshot, because I guess they had got into like obviously like a fight that night, she fucked that nigga face up. Like it be them type of niggas doing all that barking and you still got beat up. Like he's just annoying. He's annoying. Bow Wow's another one. He disgusts me. I don't know how any woman would find him attractive, and I'm so disappointed in the person that he's become over the years. I'm so disappointed and ashamed to say that I had a Bow Wow folder in the fourth grade that I used to walk around and show my friends. We would trade pictures. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in him. I digress. How do we get to Bow Wow? Oh, because we talking about bitch ass niggas. I believe, and she's a yeah, Bow Wow didn't stand a chance. Nick Cannon annoys my spirit. He tries so hard to be cool. He does, but I can digest that better than him trying so hard to be hard. You see what I'm saying? What about 50 though? He seems like he really was who he said he was, and that's the only example I can think of though. But he's still a bitch. And when I say bitch, I mean like a bitch in the sense of you going back and forth with women. Now, 50 will go back and forth with men. There have been examples of that, but and now that I'm like really thinking it through in my brain, Do we know anybody that 50 Cent done beat up? Please, somebody drop down in the comment section. Like, has that like of course he went back and forth with Ja Rule. Ja Rule is a Pisces, so girl, it was two of the girls having at each other. But when it comes to like, oh wow, like huh, 50 don't play. 50 is known for being because he got that Gemini moon factor going for him. So he got a lot of mouths. He's going to get the last word. He's going to go back and forth. And then I think his sun is conjoined to Saturn and Cancer. So there's that kind of content for women, or where you just have that chip on your shoulder towards women. So, but I don't know a situation where 50 Cent was just like on top of nigga head. The only people he really done beef with to the end was Ja Rule and his own son that I know of anyway. That I know. And Tierra Marie. That's it. Like a lot of these niggas is bitches. He may be more entertaining, but I think 50 Cent is still a bitch. He fits that cancer man aesthetic. You get you some muscles. Now he look like a big swole, hamster. He's giving me a swollen beaver. And you just talk shit all day, like back and forth, like back and like. Okay. Oh, your man's a Cancer Mars. Oh well, maybe he has things, other things that balance that out. Let's hope. Let's hope so. But just as a rule of thumb, when I see a nigga with his Mars and Cancer, I go the other way. Right, he got shot 9 times. Right. 50 Cent also had beef with Michael K. Williams too. But I don't know, like, and like I said, my thing is, has he been a physical threat to anybody? I guess is my point. I haven't heard of it. I just met a Cancer Sun and Mars. I'm a Taurus Sun and Cancer Moon. Be careful, girl. I have no Cancer placements. Hard to connect with that energy. Pisces men have a dark side that I don't like. Agreed. I hate seeing men provoke and instigate. Uh-oh. I just lost my place. The only way I can see myself physically fighting a man is if I'm put in a situation where my life is in danger. But anyway, Lil Wayne loves women, you can tell. Lil Wayne is a good-sided Libra man. Most of his music, I don't know if he's a good-sided. I don't know. Yes, 50 Cent picks his battles very wisely. Is Aries moon the same? What do you mean? The same in regards to, oh, like a man with his moon in Aries? Yeah, it can be. A lot of Aries moon men, and y'all know if you've been on my live, y'all know I love using my child's father as an example because why the fuck not? I make mistakes in life so y'all don't have to. But I had a kid with a man with his moon in Aries, and let me tell you, okay, it can give very similar vibes. But if I'm being honest and transparent, a lot of Aries moon men can attract very violent women too. But the thing about the moon is, it's what do you call it? It mimics the behavior that it's given. So like You could be an Aries moon man and be very violent and attract a woman who may have violent tendencies, but depending on how y'all synastry aligns, you could bring that out of her. Like, you know what I mean? And that was the case with me. I'm listen. I'm gonna give you Libra ascendant. I'm gonna give you Libra, my Venus in Libra. I'm gonna give you fair, the Sagittarius. We're gonna give you justice and equality. But when I feel infringed upon, it's out the window. Like it's over with. So that's typically how it would go. He would show me an act of aggression. You're gonna beef up your chest. So we both finna be beefy around this bitch. Like it would be like that. But yeah, Aries moon men can be like that. And that's actually fun fact, what got my baby father shot. Cause once again, that Aries energy can deal with like, very similar to Mars and Cancer, can deal with like sustaining or receiving gunshot wounds and all this other stuff because he had a very hot temper. He was a hothead. He used to fight a lot, and he fought a nigga who is just not trying to fight. I'd rather shoot your ass instead. And but that Aries moon could also lead to like domestic violence disputes, the same thing as that Mars and Cancer. So yeah, it can have a lot of similar overlap there. I would say that for sure. But honestly, Mars and Cancer would I would argue Mars and Cancer would probably be worse. Actually no. Mm, I would say they're about even actually, because never mind, because your moon is your natural reaction to things anyway. So depending on whatever else you got going on, it could be pretty bad. Not gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you. Your child's father is an Aries moon. Okay, so you feel my pain. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And what's so funny was this last transit, this last moon and Aries transit, it made its way through my seventh house. Y'all know seventh house deals with open enemies. So with his moon in my seventh house, that also kind of symbolizes why we are enemies and we have this adversarial like relationship. And he had did something to make me so mad, and I didn't even realize, right, transit moon was in Aries. I did not realize his moon transit moon was in my seventh house at the time. But he had did something to make me so mad. We was like talking on the phone, which he also has his Mars and Gemini. So follow me here. Aries moon, Mars and Gemini. Y'all know Gemini deals with the phone, right? So me and him are on the phone, and I heard that he had did something and he had said something. I didn't like it, and I was like, I just went in on him. Like I was just like, you pussy ass nigga, you bitch. So we just and next thing you know, it's like we're going back and forth. We're going back and forth. I see him. We continue. We were back and forth. Like we literally almost like came to blows, and like if I was so mad, like if I had it, like I really wanted to hurt him. I really wanted to seriously injure him, like physically hurt him. I wanted to draw blood from that man. And when I had to take a step back and be like, okay, I don't want to be on the news. Like, I don't want to go to jail. Like, like Wusa, I got Neptune conjoined my Capricorn North node. A bitch not trying to go to jail. So I was like, okay. But when I went and I looked at my trends, I was like, that's why dangerous. So dangerous. So dangerous. Aries moon, yeah, they can be very toxic. And the thing too, his mouth, like, and it's both of us, but his moon, no, his Mars is squaring my moon. So like he knows exactly what to say. Gemini Mars people in general are very cutthroat. Like when you get into an argument with a person with their Mars and Gemini, they know exactly where to cut you, exactly what to say. You know what I mean? They'll say some shit that have you like I'm not gonna show you that that hurts me, but I'm a regular moon, so I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna be like, wow, like I'm gonna be like, ooh, okay, like that. I was a little insecure about that. He said that, like, okay, that's how you feel. But you to your face, I'm just gonna say something that's gonna hurt you. So like now We going back low blow, low blow, low blow, low blow, low blow, low blow. Like it just be a competition of who can say something that's gonna make that next person slide down the wall in slow motion and cry or get angry enough to where we ready to fight. That's how we argue. And he was one comment away from me bringing up the dead homie because I was finna go there. I don't like bringing up the deceased. I was finna go there, but I said God don't like ugly. I'm not doing it. I'm not not doing it. My mother is a dark sided Capricorn moon, Mars and Gemini first. She enjoys provoking fights with her daughters. Yeah. See, I'm telling you, when you get into an argument with a person with a Mars and Gemini, they don't give a fuck. They be like, yeah. It's like, and they can be very. And the thing is, too, they'll do it in a way that's so effortless. Like you can be really riled up, and they'll do it in a way where like it's fun for them because you got to think about it. Having your Mars and Gemini makes you somebody who kind of thrives off of that intellectual stimulation. Arguments are just ways for them to practice to sharpen their mind. You see what I'm saying? It's not even something that they really probably would take that seriously. Unless things kind of went out of control. Because Mars and Gemini can actually be a really violent and volatile placement as well. But and they can be unpredictable. I will say that. But in arguments, like a standard argument, they'll just say some left field shit, some insensitive, crazy ass shit, and they be like, they're like, what, 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 and I'd be like, wow, so that's what we talking about, okay, so let's do it then, let's do it, let's do it, let's talk about it, yeah, let's bring up the docket, let's talk about everything. Your Mars and Venus, ooh, child. Now I will say, like, if I'm having like a roast battle, I'm gonna pick me like you know how you pick your dodgeball team, your dream team, your fantasy team. Let me get. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna bring you to the front. Let me recruit a Gemini Mars on my team. I'm gonna also need me a dark sided Scorpio because a dark sided Scorpio will bring up your dead homies. They're gonna bring up your granny, your dead ass granny, your father who left and went to the store and never came back. I need me, I'm gonna need me like a nice little Virgo. I'm gonna need a Virgo, not a moon. Because I mean, Virgo moons, we can be very observant, but we also like we'll get a little butthurt about shit. But like, give me a Virgo sun. I'll take a Virgo sun. Give me a Virgo. Give me a Virgo. Because Virgos are very observant. So they're gonna read you, but the reads be true. It'd be like, damn. Oh, it'd be true. Like because they already done clocked you. They already done picked up on what's up with you. So like if we roasting, yeah, they done already picked up on like, okay, well, she act like this, she do that, she insecure about that. Them be the reads when a Virgo say something like a Gemini will say something and it may not even really make sense, but it can be still offensive. A Virgo say something, oh, it's gonna hurt. And same thing with Sagittarius too. When we say something, it's true though. It's true, and that's where and if you ask me, them be the best type of roast. Them be the best type of roast and gags because they're the ones you be thinking about when you driving on the way home. Like after the argument over, like, mm, okay, well, she did say my head was slightly misshapen, and it is. She did say, I was built like a Klondike bar. I'm giving very much square. Like I've been working on that. Like, she did say my house looked like, Patrick's little shell from SpongeBob, like, and it kind of do. It's kind of small. It be shit like that. It do hurt the worst when it's the truth. Not maggot food. Analytical read from Virgo, period. 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 Capricorn. Nah, y'all can stay where y'all at. Cause I mean, Capricorns is cool. I will say Capricorns are really good at sarcasm, but like I'm trying to clear a bitch. I'm trying to annihilate a bitch. I'm trying to have a bitch, like I said, go home and slide down the wall in slow motion. Mm-mm. And the Capricorns too, they got that thing where they may even just shut down. And I think a lot of most cardinal signs have that too. Either where they'll shut down or and Aries can be like that too. Aries will shut down, and when they shut down, their way of shutting down could either like be storming off or whooping off in your ass. But Capricorns can shut down after a certain point too. Capricorns are good if you're trying to play like the long game, if you're trying to break a bitch down. Capricorns, I'm gonna need my Capricorn friend to come into the fold if I'm trying to figure out how to break a bitch after we didn't already had an argument. Like, okay, well, give her the silent treatment. You need to make her life harder. You need to do this. You need to do that. You know, that's her weak spot. So you need to make sure you take that away. Like, I want to punish a bitch. I want to break a bitch down over time. I don't need you in the roast battle. Thank you for the super chat, babe. We're just talking about roasting at this point. We started with DJ Academics. I'm gonna get into his chart in a minute. Um, but we're talking about what signs would be the best at roasting. Capricorn, as you broke by. Yep, yep. The elitist Capricorns, yeah. They'll get you with some elitism. Venus in the 10th too, and Gemini. Okay. Yes, my cousin is a Capri. She like that, but she has an Aries moon. Oh my god. Leos can roast. Leos are entertaining, but Leos are entertaining. But I wouldn't say they the kings and queens of roasting. They not. Leos be the type to take somebody else's joke, like a joke that they didn't heard before, and then they'll say it, and people might laugh more when they say it. But that's it. Like it's not giving. Like I said, my supreme dream team. Give me a Scorpio. Give me a Virgo. Give me a motherfucking Sag, and then we'll back some bitches up. Like period. Leos can't roast. Leos call you ugly. Now, if in unpopular opinion, I'm on my Dr. Umar shit tonight. I'm gonna repeat everything 3 times. Unpopular opinion. I might do an honorable mention for Libra. And a lot of people be sleeping on Libra because they like, oh, Libra is so passive. First of all, Libra is the opposite polarity of Aries. It's you're only one switch away. You're only one polarity away. And what Aries lacks is self-restraint and control. Libra can be all of that, but they can just be more. They're more calculative in their approach. So Libras and you got to think about it. Libra is the sign of the open enemy, the opponent. They make really good opponents, and a lot of them make excellent lawyers because they have mastered the art of debate. So if you want to, if you're talking about bitches that's gonna read you down with logic, with facts, tit for tat, Libras can be very petty. Libra, same thing with Sag. Like a Sagittarius, especially a dark side Sag, you're not finna get the last word. Same thing with a Libra, you're not finna get the last word. You're not. You're just not. Libras naturally do like and they do prefer peace, but they gon' very similar to Gemini in the sense that like they they thrive. They're an intellectual sign, so they do kind of thrive off of like the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you ain't seen the right Libra. And Libras, they vocabularies, they tend to have like a really refined vocabulary. So it'll be like I said, either they'll either take the logic based approach, right? Or they'll take the nicety approach. So yeah, I'll add Libra in there just for good measure. Just to make sure we've covered all the bases. Hey Taya, or is it Taya? Aquarius is just heartless. So yeah, they can hurt your feelings. My Libra friend used to roast me, but when I roast back, I'm the bully. Libras are really good at pointing the finger, at deflecting. A Gemini will hurt your feelings with a smile on their face, though. Facts. A Pisces who lifted the veil. Um, when it comes to mutable signs, I'm not gonna completely shut them out because mutable signs can kind of adapt to whatever is going on around them. Um, but Pisces, nah, like Pisces will be a little bit too slow. Pisces will be like, girl, like she be the one that say some shit that don't nobody laugh at. Or like, I don't know, like you can sit that one out. You can sit this one out, girl. You can sit it out. And we need a bitch who's gonna like be heartless and be willing to say some shit that's really gonna destroy somebody's life. Like Pisces, most Pisces are a little bit too um empathic for that. You know, I don't need you to be thinking about what their kids gonna think when they watch this. I don't need you to be thinking about how they gonna feel when they leave. We're here to clear, bitch. Like I just said, Aries is like most cardinal signs would probably shut down. And like I said, the only reason Libra isn't like that, because Libra is a cardinal sign as well. The only reason Libra isn't like that is because Libra is naturally built, for back and forth engagement. But yeah, Aries will shut down, storm off, or try to fight. Aries Aries is built for action, not necessarily for like roasting. Now they can be really blunt like Sagittarius and just say it what it is and say something that could hurt your feelings or be really insensitive, but you know, the Gemini Sag axis is undefeated. Scorpio rising. I bet you do. I bet you do. You have an extremely vulgar mouth with your Mars and Mercury and Gemini. What about a Taurus? I be hurting feelings. It's got to come from somewhere else. Taurus is that's them some other ones who I mean, Taurus is really close to Gemini season. You might have some Gemini placements or something. You got something else going on. I'm not giving it to Taurus. I'm not gonna give it to Taurus. I'm not. Taurus is another one of those signs that's just naturally predisposed, like towards peaceful environments. And that's not to say obviously they can't be aggressive people. Actually, because the opposite polarity of Taurus is Scorpio. So they can actually be some really nasty people. But the thing about Taurus is they don't like putting that shit on full display, you know. And in terms of roasting, like I said, it would have to come from somewhere else. I know Tauruses can get real nasty, but I wouldn't choose. They wouldn't be my first, second, or third choice in a roast battle. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, especially if you look at everybody's individual chart, like you said, a Taurus who talked a lot of shit and would beat somebody ass. So what else they got going on? I'm speaking to the archetype of Taurus specifically. If you were, because a lot of Taurus individuals do also have Aries placements because Aries, you know, is right before like Aries season is right before Taurus season happens. So if you have your sun in Taurus, 9 times out of 10, you may very well have at least one personal planet that's still in the like that's in Aries. So it just depends. You a sweet Taurus, Taurus with Gemini placements. Do Mercury and Capricorn like surprises? Absolutely not. Mercury and Capricorn is all about doing the same shit over and over, the same way. They do not like surprises. That's another thing too. Tauruses be kind of slow as well. I need somebody who's quick on the feet. Quick on your feet. Quick on your feet. Taurus Sun, Aries, Venus, and Mercury. You know, a Taurus Sun with Gemini, Mercury, Aries. Well, yeah, roast and toast, I bet. Hey, Bree. Yeah, a lot of Tauruses do have Gemini placements. Geminis can be loud too. Somebody said Aries is loud. In terms of signs that are just really loud, Geminis can be really loud. Aquarians can be really loud. Sag can be really loud. Y'all thumbs up this video for me though, because I see like 83 people watching and I only got 36 likes. When we get those likes up, we can start on chicken nugget. Chicken nugget. Chicken nugget. Y'all know what? I have been obsessed. Cause y'all try and try to come for my nigga Jacquees. Y'all really be trying to come for him. And it don't work. It will never prosper because he's original. Now, I never claimed he was, a vocalist. Jacquees is not the nigga that you're gonna go to if you want to hear somebody sing the house down. Which is I don't know why he did the national anthem. I don't know whose idea that was. Because even some of the better singers have a difficult time singing the national anthem, just the way that it's set up. But yeah, I will say I do like the remix. Have y'all heard the remix to his national anthem? Land of the free, free, free. That's my shit. My shit. Oh, oh, Jose. Jose. Jose, can you? It just like I'm like, I don't know who told him to sing the national anthem. The- it sounds like I like the remix. I actually kind of like it. I asked a question about Mercury and Capricorn because I was ghosted on the Clubhouse app and made a moderator without me realizing it. Huh? I hate people with shaky ass vocal. Jacquees is going to give you a shaky vocal. He's going to give you a vibration, but he makes good music. And I will die on this hill. And I will go and that's another thing. He's an Aries, so no matter how hard people clown him, he don't give a fuck. And one thing he's a really good example of somebody really leaning into that Aries energy because Aries is the sign of originality. And I know the first thing people say is, "Oh well, all he does is make other people music." Remake music, which A is not true. Now he gets the most attention for his remakes, which is his Queen mixes, which is why I think that like people have that impression. Because I be playing Jacquees. I be playing his music all the time. He actually has some really good mixtapes out there, some really good original music. But like, even in terms of doing remixes, a lot the whole point of like testing somebody or demonstrating your talent doing a remix is taking a song that's not yours, but still adding your own original like flair to it. So in a way, I still think he is demonstrating like his own originality. He is. Because when you hear a Queen mix, you don't ask like, "Oh, who is that?" You already know who the fuck it is. You already know who that is. And they hit you with the free, free. You like, "Ah, that's Jacquees." He could just make a good song. Like he make good music to hunch too. Yep. Aries is a sign of originality. He's very original. And I think that's another thing too. It's a bandwagon thing. A lot of you hoes is followers. If you let's just clock the T. A lot of you hoes is some followers. Not my chat. I know most of y'all in my chat not followers, but the collective unit of you hoes is followers. And so it's just popular to say, like, oh, Jacquees is lame. We don't like Jacquees. But you don't ever, nobody ever goes to do the work to find his music. He put out one of the best mixtapes of 2016. And like I said, I will die on that hill. I spent all 2016 getting drunk to hold on, let me find it. I think it's called Told You So. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. Please turn it off. You're missing out. Jacquees original, never that. You just haven't found his original music. He's very original. Listen, we're not gonna do that because I'm gonna be a no limit soldier for my nigga Queese. Like that's period. Make it rain on a bitch. 21 with no kids. I'ma rain on a bitch. Rain on a bitch. He is original. It would just go and find some of his music. You know, if you don't know his music, just say that, and then that we can work around it. But it does require you to do a little research on your part. You know, but that's okay. He had a whole mixtape with Dej Loaf. What? Pull up in the Sri Lanka? What? That shit was popping. It shit was fire, like straight fire. So I just don't be understanding. I just don't get it. I don't get it. He had a song that Donnell Jones, I think, wrote and produced for him. Bomb, bomb. So, you know, because that's just me, clearly. Oh, since you playing, that's the mixtape I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, well. Billy, I need to go listen to that. I got time on my hands. Belong together with Dej Loaf. Okay, okay. So I see. You got culture. You got class. You're going somewhere. You're going somewhere in life, and I love that for you. I love your palette. I love your palette. I love it. Turn me up then. Why you stay be like you really love your old school. David Ruffin and Curtis Mayfield. Listen, we'll discuss Papa in another chat, in another live. Jacqueline looks like not a clean gremlin. Y'all want to know something embarrassing? I used to think he was cute, and then I realized he was like my daughter's height. Don't you sit there reclining. Yeah, you say he makes music that's what it is. I agree. I think he makes music that goes well with his voice. I think he makes music that goes well with his voice. I'm weak at the clean gremlin though. Feel it is good. Yep. Feel it is good. I like that one too. Bruno Mars. Okay. So okay. It's time to get serious. Because I got something to say about Bruno Mars. I don't think you girls are gonna like. Okay, Bruno Mars is a culture appropriator. Bruno Mars is doing a fucking 6 year cosplay of a nigga from the 1980s, like a 1980s R&B singer, and I don't like it. I mean, the music is good sonically. It's good. It sounds good. Obviously, he can sing. I'm not a hater, but it's getting weird. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. Like I let the nigga get away with like the first album, right? The one where he was like, I got Aisha waiting, Alicia waiting, all the Isha's waiting on me. I'm calling on my love, calling on my love. Like, Uptown Funk. Like we let the nigga slide. Okay, one album. Okay, cute. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. But like this, you're gonna keep doing this. Like, he keeps going. Like that was my brain. I was like, oh, and oh, he's still doing it. Oh, he keeps going. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable now. I'm uncomfortable now. It's a problem that needs to be addressed. And I don't think it's cute. Like I think a lot of black people really be dick riding Bruno Mars because he spends his life trying to do an impression of like black like and that's the issue that I have with non-black people who make music and receive a lot of notoriety. Like from black, it just bothers it kind of gives me Adele vibes, you know? Like you're a fat bitch with a soulful voice. But people like it because you're white. Okay. Like okay, girl, like I don't know what to say. Like I mean, of course she's not that anymore. But my point is, okay, like you're giving me watered down. And y'all know I don't see it for Jennifer Hudson, but you're giving me watered down Jennifer Hudson. You're giving me very much watered down. Like I don't. Mm-mm. I can do without. I can do without. I can do without a Bruno Mars in my life. You know, it's not cute, and there are black funk bands, yeah, that are good, but they aren't mainstream. Yeah, exactly. That's my issue. Like they get this type of like mainstream recognition that because people like black stuff, they just don't like it coming from black people. So anytime you have a situation where it's just easier to prepackage Cardi B as well. Say what y'all want about like I mean, same thing with Cardi B. Ratchet bitches have been around since the beginning of time, and y'all hated they guts. And people don't. There are people who don't like Cardi B, but for different reasons. Like from a mainstream standpoint, people ate that shit up coming from Cardi B for the most part. Like all the reasons that they would degrade and write off black women. Think about Sukiana as Sukiana is very interesting. I don't agree with everything she does, but I literally see no difference between Sukihana and Cardi B, other than Sukihana is black with a big ass nose. And no shade to the big ass noses, because I got a big nose. But my point is, she's not palatable. She's not marketable, as the girls would say. So it's just I it's that I have an issue with. But taking it back to Bruno Mars, I it's a dub. It's a dub for Bruno. He has Sag on the midheaven, that makes sense. And two, I think he started off as like an Elvis impersonator too, which also, when you put that into context, it makes sense. I need to do a reading on Bruno Mars. I'm gonna make an upload. I'll create an upload. Sukihana is embarrassing. Yeah, she is. But I guess my point is, do niggas like the shit or not? Like, like you can have an opinion on whether or not she's your cup of tea, and that's perfectly valid. But it'd be the same people who like don't like Sukihana, but they like Cardi B, and I'd be a little confused about that. Suki chart, Suki with the good coochie. I was like, did she just say she was gonna fuck a nigga for a winter coat? Well, Sukihana, I have a love hate relationship with Sukihana, because I toggle back and forth between being entertained and just being a little concerned, or very concerned, because I'm not the modesty police, you know. I'm poho. I'm not a poho. I'm a pro ho. Oh Lord, I'm pro ho. I'm ho positive. Um, yeah, no, let's see when her birthday is. I know she's a Scorpio. I got Aisha waiting. November 15th. All right. Let's see. Rap music is too hypersexual and demonic. Sukihana says she be taking Plan Bs with Henny. And that is actually you know, something I would have done at some point. Something I have done at some point in my life. So I mean, like I said, I can't really condemn her for everything. Like I said, some things I'm like, all right, girl, like you putting out a video, you throwing up on it, like girl, that's not sexy. Like, don't nobody want to see that. But okay, so as you can see here, Suki with that good coochie. Her chart is actually an interesting one to me, because I didn't see the things that I thought I was gonna see. But when I realized, because her birthday is actually really close to mine. But actually I take that back. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. So with her being, because some Scorpios, well, dark sided Scorpios can be really, like I said, nasty. Um, or just people who could just be, of course, hypersexual, but also because, and then she has her son conjoined to Mars, that could produce a very hypersexual person as well. But also just really like, what do you call, like, just like, it's like, you know what, I'm nasty. Like, it's almost like a very kind of deviant mindset. And I think that's kind of like, that's where she's at with it. I think it's safe to say that's where she's at with it. So there's that. But something else that I thought was interesting too, or that I think is interesting in regards to her chart, is that she does have her Venus at the sixth degree of Libra, but it is squaring her Uranus. Now that could be responsible for her outrageous behavior. right? Because that Venus in Libra is going to produce a person who is a lot more quote unquote classy, or who could even play into like respectability politics a little bit. But with it squaring Uranus, it just makes her very unapologetic about, you know, just how she handles herself. She just is like, I'm out here. Is It could also have to do, or it could produce a person who could even feel comfortable going nude, you know, or they can be really vulgar, or just be the types to just be unapologetic and let it all hang out. So that makes sense too. That also has to do with her having really unstable relationships. And y'all know the whole situation with Kill Bill, that Scorpio stellium, she's into criminals. We know that much. He's a criminal. He's a thug. He's a bad boy, so to speak. So there's that. But these are also men who could be kind of parasites too. Then she got her sun conjunct Pluto. I don't know. Her choices in men are very questionable. Then she has Venus squaring her node. So Venus squaring her Cancer South node and that North node. That could also make her very cold. That's why she is somebody who likes to be in relationships, but it's just they probably don't work. They just are probably really unstable ones. But so that more so kind of speaks to that. But overall, her chart kind of surprised me because I didn't see the depravity that I thought I was going to see. I mean, I did, but it's not as bad as I thought it was, which kind of implies the bitch got some sense. Then she has Neptune opposing herself. No, honestly, I think she's kind of playing a role, y'all. Follow me, hear me out on this. I think she's acting. I mean, obviously, not saying that like a part of her doesn't resonate with her actions, but I think she's playing a role. Even intuitively, that's kind of what I'm getting about her. Yep. Then she's a part of the Saturn and Aquarius generation opposing Chiron. Um, and a lot of times it comes from a place of wanting to be seen, wanting attention, and sometimes they don't care what type of attention that they get. She has her moon. What's her moon sign? She's a Pisces moon opposing Jupiter. Yeah, yeah, I think she's acting. I really do. Then she has her Mercury at the 14th degree of Sag, squaring Jupiter. She just gives me somebody. I don't think she's not retarded. Like she doesn't have the chart of a person who's just like, and that's kind of where it perplexes me. Sukiyana has good sense. The girl got good sense. She has very good sense. Look, if she would have come to me for a reading, like I would, her chart kind of confuses me because I remember when I first put it up, I was thinking like I was finna like go in. Y'all know me, I go in like, oh yeah, like. But it was one of those cases where I had to like, if I'm just being honest about what I see, that's just not what I see. It's just not. She said she tried to strip for one day and quit because she couldn't do it. She not really like that. And that's another thing too. These rap girls be having y'all out here trying to live lives that they don't be living for real. Be safe. And that's why I said, hoe, if you go hoe, you gotta hoe responsibly because you gotta know your own limits and set your own limits as a hoe and do things and hoe in a way that you feel comfortable and base it off of the life you want to live. Don't be following these rap girls. These rap girls are very much still brainwashed by patriarchy and they doing what's gonna get them their coin. Just like niggas don't need to be listening to a lot of these rappers because a lot of these rappers talking about they didn't gang and shot shit and we run it down on the ops and 70% of them have done none of the above, like none of the following. Shot niggas, ran down on niggas, like they've done none of those things. But you finna do it. Now you finna fuck your life up. Now you going to jail. Same thing, but with women. Like apply that with women. Hoeing is not in my will. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Be who you are. Be who you are for your pride. The two rock core effect. Can I do Monica? What do you want to know about Monica? I think I have done Monica before. I think maybe I think. Ooh, child, I'm tired of Nicki Minaj. I'm not doing no more Nicki Minaj readings. I didn't read on Nicki Minaj 11 times. What do you want? I believe because sometimes it comes out and she'll slip up and give some decent advice. Yeah, Suki got good sense. Suki is acting so used to have a whole different rapper persona. Yeah. I don't think it's just attention seeking, FDR I think it's she's trying to make money. If that's what sells, if that's what you know what I mean, if that like it's not just the attention drives currency. So if that's what's gonna bring that, then you know what I'm saying. Lilith, please. I need us to release the stronghold that Black Moon Lilith has over our lives. A person having Black Moon Lilith in a certain sign, like it's just not that important as y'all think it is. Like it doesn't really have that much of a bearing. Of Monica being about that life doesn't really have that much to do with her Black Moon Lilith. I'm coming out with the second installment of my unpopular opinions, the astrology edition, and that's gonna be the first one. Like I really please. Like I even get clients who are like, "Could you look at my black moon, girl?" No, no. Like now, if I'm doing asteroids, if you're getting an asteroid report, then fine. We'll run it up. But like folks would really be like, "Well, I'm a Virgo sun, Pisces moon, and I'm a Gemini Lilith." Bitch, that's not that important. Stop. I be going crazy. Y'all be driving me crazy, and I don't know. I just want to save y'all. The only time Black Moon Lilith, I would say, is effective is if we're talking about someone's sexuality, if we're talking about abortions, maybe even like cheating, like for men, like if you're talking about like affairs and mistresses, maybe, but that's it. That's all. I'm not a Virgo. That was my example. I was giving the example of said person who would come to me and say that. Yeah, I did a Trey Songz reading. Are there any asteroids that you see as important and so on? I mean, it just depends on what the asteroid is doing. If the asteroid is within like 2 degrees of a planet, if it's like conjunct, especially a personal planet or aspecting a personal planet, then yes, that would be very important. But like I said, even with Black Moon Lilith, having that on your moon, having Black Moon Lilith, aspecting your Venus or whatever the case may be, it could have a lot of implications in terms of what some of your sexual depravities are. But yeah. Is it I don't find Trey Songz sexy. He doesn't have sex appeal to me. Something is I mean, so a person can be sexy and not have sex appeal. I'm so disappointed he's my birthday twin. Like my celebrity birthday twins are actually very embarrassing. Him and the dude from Power. What's the nigga name? Drip drop. Drip drippity drop. Huh. Drip drop. Drip drippity drop. Yeah, drip him. They be embarrassing me every time November 28th roll around. I be like, oh my god. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? I got Black Moon Lilith on my Virgo moon. Okay. Yeah, him. Yes. That nigga. Both of them are my little bit. So I be a little biased. I be trying to get them the benefit of the doubt, but they just be embarrassing me. Especially Trey Songz with all of his goddamn Scorpio South Node activity. And it's so interesting that people are comparing him to R. Kelly because y'all know R. Kelly is a Scorpio South Node too. And that's where a lot of Scorpio South Nodes get caught the fuck up. If they do not learn how to overcome their lower nature, your ass is gonna get ate the fuck up. Okay. Something else Trey Songz has in common with R. Kelly is that, the girls be saying R. Kelly, well, not the girls, most people saw the tape. I ain't seen the tape, but most people saw the tape. Most people talked about it. Most people were a witness to the fact that R. Kelly liked to do nasty shit like pee on children. Um, we know that. Like that's just common knowledge at this point. Azriel said that he made her eat doodle. And Trey Songz, I mean, girls are saying Trey Songz like that. They say Trey Songz like to he like for you to shit on him. He be peeing on girls. That's that Scorpio South Node shit because Scorpio deals with like waste, excrement, right? Piss, shit, and I just yeah, that's something they got in common. And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't like nasty smells. So like you just be that you like your dick still be hard when a girl be boo booing on you? Like you be smelling boo boo, like just getting a whiff of just boo boo. Warm, hot, sizzling hot, steaming hot boo boo. Corn everywhere. And your dick is still hard. Yeah, that's some demonic shit. Which is also very Scorpio South now. I just don't be understanding. And I know I probably bring this point up a lot, but my mind still struggles with that to this very day. Every time I like, that's why I said Trey Songz is actually very embarrassing because I be trying to figure out like what part of what what if I could just sit him down, I would ask him like, why, like, could you explain that part to me? Like, what turns you on about that? Even with pee, y'all know how with pee, the ammonia and piss. Especially grown folks who don't be drinking water like that. Ugh. Like when my daughter would used to pee in the bed, oh my, ugh, like the smell, like if you don't clean it up good enough, and like the aroma of like piss, ugh. And y'all be wanting that in the bed, y'all be wanting that on you from a grown motherfucker. All right, suit yourself, suit yourself. Mars and South, my Mars ain't in Cancer. No, sirree. I'm actually a Scorpio Mars. Which is kind of ironic because I still just can't get down with that. It's a lot of shit I can get down with, but like shit, literally, nah, not so much. Like I can actually do. I can do. I'm very like. Listen, when it comes to some dick, I'ma have it. Okay, almost anywhere. Like fine. But shit and piss, them like that's you just you gotta. It's just I gotta. It's just swear I draw the line. Swear I draw the line. Eh. Someone had my pee, never had theirs. So you just pissed on them? You was just peeing on them? Like you just was like, I see. I would be so like, wow, like they want me to pee. I would just feel so self conscious. Like I'm really. Oh my god, how did you feel? You just squatted. Did you just squat like, or were you just on your back? How did this happen? Please tell. Please tell. Caleb said disgusting. Disgusting. You open a date in a trans man? See, it's a lot of trans men who actually look really good. I just would prefer they had the equipment, you know? And I guess that could be worked around. They can get the strap, but I like to please people. So like, you know what I mean? It just be kind of weird, like to me, like, I'm looking at a man, you're a grown man, but when we lay down, you got a coochie. It would kind of throw me off a little bit. But that's just me. To each his own, to each his or her own. R. Kelly has a demonic attachment. Yeah, you can say that again. Shawnee O'Neal and the Pastor Man. I don't think I really care that much about them. I know a man who used to swim towards women and pee and pee silently when he was in the pool. Beaches and rivers. Yes, I squat on the floor over his mouth. He drank it like he drank it. We did it on the floor. It's when my ex did drugs and that side of him came out. It had to be the coke. Oh my god. Oh my god. So he just drank like it was a beverage. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Wow, that's fascinating. It's that is great. Thank you for your openness to discuss that. Because nosy people like me, I gotta get the deep. But that's just I don't know. Like if a guy wanted me to do that, I would just feel so who am I kidding? I probably would do it, but you're not gonna do that shit to me. Now, when it comes to shit, like I said, I'm not even shitting on you. If you want me to shit on you, we gotta go. Like it's it that like you might need to just call somebody else for that. Like I'm gonna be like you know what it is. If a dude wanted me to pee on him, I'll piss on you, but I would never respect you. Like in the back of my mind, like I'll be like, yeah, and like literally every chance I got, I would bring it up. Like I would bring it up in arguments. We be with your family trying to have a nice, wholesome family gathering, and I'd be like, "Wow, you acting like you don't want to drink after me, but you literally sat up here and drank my piss like it was a Mountain Dew." Like he's up here lying to you with the same mouth that he used to guzzle my piss. You said you was in love. He had to do- what would Sun conjoining Chiron and Scorpio indicate in synastry? It'll conjunct- So I'm confused. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Would it be your sun conjoined to that person's Chiron, or like could you clarify for me your sun conjoined to that person's Chiron and Pluto, or I'm a little confused. I feel you have to be depressed as fuck to have somebody show you. Ain't no matter love. I'm not judging my Mars in the eighth. Okay, natural. Okay, natural. I love trans men. Have you ever been with one before? Water sports. Imagine she ate asparagus. Y'all know we be talking about punching every live stream when play wrestling turns. I like that too. I like that too. I'm dead, man. That was hard. I'm serious. Trey be spitting in people's mouths too. Somebody else said today, like they getting their mouth spat in. Who was it? Somebody said that. One of y'all just said y'all like y'all mouth getting spit in, spat in, whatever. I don't like that, and let me tell you why. People don't brush well enough. Um, and you know, like there are microscopic particles. Look, I'm telling my Virgo moon is coming out. Like there are microscopic particles that are, of food and debris and plaque that we have in our mouths. And I mean, I get it. Like it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna tongue somebody down, if you're gonna kiss them, then whatever. And but to me, that feels better than just like your spit. Mm-mm. No, that won't work for me. You can spit in my ass. Don't spit in my mouth though. No thanks. She has Sun conjunct Chiron in Scorpio, and I have Pluto in the eighth house. Okay. So would this be in your eighth house? Her Sun and Chiron will be conjoined to your Pluto in your eighth house, is what you're saying? I mean, because that could deal with where y'all have a relationship. Like on one end, it can create like a very magnetic pull, a magnetic attraction, especially as far as is concerned. But it could also produce a situation where you could kind of irritate her over time. I feel the spit gets cold versus tongue kissing. The spit is spit in mouth is top tier. What is wrong with y'all? I'm not gonna keep shame. I just can't get with it. I can't get with it. It's like that. Hey, Raina. Scissors birth chart. Sure. Even though I think we did scissors before, but I can pull it up again. Scissor is a Scorpio sun. And she's a Pisces moon. That's why she be lying like that. Scissor. And if you wonder if I hate you, I do. Silly if you wanna make me feel just like this. But down a bit of baby like this. And she another one too, like because of that Pisces moon, she got so many different birth dates out for her. I'm thinking this one is the correct one. November 8th, 19. Well, one says 89, but I'm gonna go with 90. It's like, bitch, how old are you? Who are you really? She be lying about just random shit. And when? I mean, where? Oh, she's from St. Louis. Hey, through the weekend, you like my 9 to 5 hour weekend. Making love is mine every weekend. You like Wednesday, Thursday, and just send them my way. Think got down for the weekend. You can email me. I have a pricing sheet for my natal chart readings. Hold on, I'll put my email address in the comment section. Thank you. Do Virgo moons have younger looking moms? Absolutely. My mom looks extremely young. Very young. My mom looks like she might be in her mid 30s, by mid to maybe late 30s, mid 30s. But she's in her 50s. She's in her mid 50s. My mom looks very young. She was born in '89, so she wasn't born. Uh, Hold on. How y'all know? How y'all know for sure? So she wasn't born. See, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. Um, I guess. So at any rate, this would make her still a Scorpio sun, Pisces moon. Like I said, that could definitely have a lot to do with her being a liar. Her moon is in the second house, so that could deal with her, career, her music career, her making money off of music. That's good. Moon trine in Jupiter, so that's good in terms of publishing and all that good shit, especially with Jupiter in the sixth house of Cancer. So that's good. She's a good songwriter, storyteller. Same thing with Moon trine in Mercury. Good songwriter. And that's stellium in her ninth house. Cute. Cute little coin for publishing. Now, in terms of her singing about dark stuff, I mean, she is a Scorpio, so Scorpios can be pretty dark, singing about hating people. They can also be very suicidal. Then she has Sun conjoined Pluto, Sun conjunct Mercury. The dark sided expression of those aspects can bring about. Because she had a song called "Crucify Me," and like in the video, I remember she killed herself in the video. So it gives it gives a little goth, it gives a little emo, it gives a little, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? Because she has if she is born in '89, she would definitely have a Scorpio stellium. Sun, Pluto, Mercury, Mars. Mhm. Mhm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to figure out because she's changed so much physically in terms of losing weight. And like I don't like I'm trying to see what could be responsible for her being fluffy to begin with. But I mean, she does have Jupiter in her sixth house of Cancer opposing Neptune. I mean, that can make it hard for somebody to like control what they eat, especially as a Pisces moon, or where they could use food to cope or like self medication. Oh, I also wanted to mention too, her talking about sharing men. Actually, she has a lot of issues. She has a lot of karma rooted in men as a Leo South Node, with her South Node in the seventh house. So that has a lot to do with her having just a bunch of relationship problems, but even situations where she didn't have to share a man before. That's very Scorpio sun, or with her Venus conjoined to Uranus in the 11th house, attracting men who are unavailable. That Venus Uranus conjunction can make her gay too. I mean, not gay, but you know what I mean, like women. And I think she was messing around with Kalani, and that also plays into that Aquarius North Node too. So I could see her being tutti frutti. Then she got Gemini in the fifth house, so I could see how Scissor likes the Scissor. How she can go both ways. I can see that. I can see that. That checks out. Moon in Pisces doesn't automatically have to deal with weight fluctuations. Um, but the fact that her Pisces moon is in the second house can deal with food, that can create a person who may have certain attachments to food. But lucky for her, her moon is in pretty good condition other than that. So it's not as bad as it could be. Aries on the south node, it could. For a lot of Libra North nodes in this lifetime, they do have to learn how to be more familiar with the opposite sex. So, I mean, it could, but not in the same way that a lot of Leo South nodes have. A lot of Leo South nodes have daddy issues, which obviously could translate over into like problems with men in their romantic lives. And a lot of times their love life could come with lots of pain. And the fact that it's in her seventh house like that. So it's given like she may even be the type to do a lot to please a man, still get shitted on. Venus in Aquarius or Aquarius in the fifth house I mean, it doesn't automatically have to make you bisexual, but it can deal with same sex attraction, yes. Gemini is more so bisexuality. I would say Aquarius is more homosexuality. But, it is layered because you could still have Aquarius in the fifth house and still be very much bisexual. It just depends. Let's see. Do I think she had plastic surgery? I guess she could be. I was like, does she seem like a Capricorn ascendant? I wasn't really sold on that, but if you look at some of her older pictures, her skin was really bad. So maybe she is a Cap ascendant. Uh, I mean, she does have her Scorpio sun squaring her ascendant, and that's Scorpio midheaven. I mean, that could deal with her just reinventing herself in general, her going through that really like, huge metamorphosis, but I mean, possibly. The ascendant is the physical body. Then she got Mars squaring her ascendant. That right there is more convincing to me. That Scorpio Mars squaring the ascendant. And Mars does deal with the face too. It deals with your face. So, getting something done to your chin. I mean, technically, perhaps. I wouldn't be shocked. And actually, I'm tripping. Her sun's not squaring her ascendant. It's her Mars. I'm thinking about her North Node. Her sun's squaring her North Node. Excuse me. And if you wonder if I hate you, I do. Do Aquarius women attract down low men? They can. Stripper vibes. Her love for stripping could also have a lot to do with that Gemini in the fifth house, where she kind of does it recreationally, like for fun, where she finds pole dancing fun, and then she does have her Mercury conjoined to Pluto. Let me see what else her Mercury is doing. Yeah, Mercury conjoined to her Sun, trining Jupiter, Chiron, trining her Moon. So that could be her including her stripping skills in her videos. But yeah, definitely Gemini in the fifth house could be responsible for her interest with pole dancing. Chloe Bailey, ugh. Okay, let's do it because I've been wanting to do Chloe. Yep, a lot of gay men can have Aquarius placements, Mars and Cancer, uh, you know, Gemini placements. Is there a placement that makes someone likely to hide their sexuality? Yeah. Um, like if I don't know if let's say a person has like their Mars in Gemini forming an opposition to like Neptune or squaring. Let's say that square would be a better example. Mars and Gemini square Neptune could be a man or woman, but a man for this example who may go both ways, but it makes him really uncomfortable. So he'll go out of his way to try to conceal it. You know what I mean? A lot of Libras and Libra placements do a really good job at hiding their sexuality. For example, Will Smith, you can't tell me he's not a gazoo, like Kaya say. NBA young boy, he another Libra that may be a little gazoo. So, and that's because they do a really good job at like upholding a certain image. Libras are really good at that. Libras can have a lot of stuff going on behind what they show people because they're really big on respectability. No, not necessarily Neptune squaring Uranus or Pluto. Just because it those are some really heavy planets. So to we don't have that much control over our outer planets like that. So you would have to have a heavier planet in aspect with a more personal planet. So no, I wouldn't say Uranus squaring Pluto or Neptune. Like I said, I would say Neptune squaring Mars, depending on what sign your Mars is in, or like you know, really Neptune adversely aspecting certain places within your chart could definitely, indicate there being a cover up. Or like, I mean, Capricorn placements, or like anywhere you like, let's say a person may have Mars even conjoining to Saturn. That could be a person depending on, the sign that it's in and whatever else is going on in the chart. That could be a person who could try really hard to kind of conceal, their sexual expression, um, or where there could be something about their sexuality that they don't like, that's uncomfortable. Some people can overcompensate, use that and overcompensate because of that. It just depends. I don't really feel no way about Brittany Renner, and I mean, I did a reading on her. Like I said, I in my readings, I do feel like I see where she could like really young boys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I could see that in her chart, but I will say this: just from a you know up and down standpoint, I don't condone or advocate for you being damn near 30 and fucking on an 18-year-old. Because if it were to be the other way around, I would think that's weird behavior. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel that bad. And the reason why I don't feel that bad is because that same type of grace is not really extended towards what, like, don't get me wrong, predators are predators are predators. But in situations like that, I feel like when we talk about athletes versus IG models or strippers, a fair trade ain't no highway robbery. These niggas be looking for women that look good. A lot of these dudes be colorists, so little PJ, little peanut nut was, probably colorist, like, the rest of his counterparts, and looking for a little red bone, little yellow bone that look good, and this and that and the third. Um, my thing is, if he was technically legal, I mean, it is what it is. Like, but now he's the victim. But how many young girls are victimized by men every day, and y'all niggas don't give a fuck? And the onus is always on. For years, people have victimized girls, even underage girls, for the actions of grown ass men, and nobody says anything. It just be the girl fault. But we supposed to. I don't get it. Like, in general, like, I just don't get it. Like, people were so outraged when she went to a college campus talking about hide your sons. And like I said, if I want to be neutral and objective, is that weird behavior? Like, you seeking out people on college campuses, like, oh, I'm finna go to a college campus because I want to go seek out some niggas. Like, yeah, that is weird because you're older. Like, that's weird. I'm not gonna hold you, but niggas do it every day, and don't nobody have shit to say about it. So my thing is, if the nigga was legal, if he wasn't legal, completely different conversation. But if he was legally of age, I really don't understand the like. It was what it was. The nigga got the short end of the stick, and y'all dumb. It's not gonna stop niggas from fucking her. So I just don't get it. It's still gonna be some niggas who, no matter what she said, like, that's just what comes with it. Your preferences. Your preferences be running game. It's like I said, it's a fair exchange. These girls know what they be getting, just like these niggas know what they be getting. Let's not act surprised about it. I'm not surprised at all. It is. I don't really hate her. She just getting it how she get it. It is what it is. Yes, I think NBA YoungBoy is queer. I think he has some. I think he does have some. You know. You said right. I agree. Yeah. Venus, Libra in the 10th house. In terms of, like, being gay, I don't. That's not really a placement that alone would make somebody gay. Now, let's say if that person has other same sex indicators in their chart, Venus in the 10th house of Libra would definitely give them an incentive to, like, cover it up. They could be in a relationship where they have a beard or something like that, especially for career purposes, or if they're trying to uphold a public image. Like, they could be in a marriage that is, which you said, if Jada has that placement, that makes sense. Being in a marriage where it's like it's for a career. It's like it's giving, what do you call it? We're trying to build an empire together, kind of thing. But behind the scenes, you don't know what the fuck they got going on. A little. You said, Caleb. You said he's a little bi. Drake is, and let's talk about it. Drake is a lot of things too. He has his Mars and Aquarius. That's another very common placement that can produce same sex attraction. So yes, I think Drake is. I think he is, but I also feel like he's a perv, which could also be summed up with that Mars and an Aquarius placement, and just that's he's a dark side of Scorpio in my opinion, and they can be sexual deviants. So I don't think he's gay, but I do I do think Drake has done something. It's giving me something, very much something, very much something. But once again, none of these things are just really surprising. Sexuality is fluid. It is what it is. Asian Doll said NBA. Why we act gay as fucking real life. I think I said as a telling the truth. I mean, he is. It's not. I think NBA is fluid. I think he's sexually fluid. He's sexually fluid. He has his Neptune conjoined to his Aquarius South Node, squaring his Libra Sun. So that could, in and of itself, deal with the person who is just, first of all, and I touched on this on my Patreon. I wouldn't even be surprised if, like, when it came to, like, because I know he's into makeup, so that could kind of indicate him being into makeup. But with this square in his sun, I wouldn't be surprised if he wore women's clothing. Honestly, um, but that Aquarius South Node can make him very questionable in terms of his sexuality. And the fact that, like I said, it's squaring his sun, that could deal with him being kind of uncomfortable about it as well, or feeling the need to like pretend like he's not. I mean, and can you blame him? You know how homophobic these niggas is? You see how people reacted to him wearing makeup? These niggas had a heart attack. Women too. Oh my god. Oh. I'm like, why is y'all tripping over some damn makeup? Is it that big a deal? I didn't know it was that big a deal, but okay. These bitches was shook. You hear me? What happened in jail? I'm like, y'all are so focused on him wearing makeup that your ass didn't see that this nigga had pictures out here on the internet with another nigga kissing him on the neck. But this is where y'all draw the line? All right. I was a little confused about that. I'm like, this nigga got whole videos of dudes kissing him or him kissing his friend on the neck. It was one of the two. I remember because y'all remember. Well, if you was in a live, I did a live stream a while back, and I pulled that picture up, and I said, "What the fuck is this, NBA? What's up, Yanya?" But once again, none of these things are really shocking. Sexuality is fluid, and a lot of people are a lot of things. I don't know. The more we talk about shit like this, I just don't care. I like to point it out because it's just interesting. But at the end of the day, I just think it's hard for certain people to wrap their minds around because a lot of people are homophobic. But you know, it be like that. Yep, who cares? I'm like, all right, the nigga like wearing makeup. Okay. Oh my god, he got his booty cracked up and in jail. I'm like, okay. I'm pretty sure he liked men before he got to jail, but I just hope one day he could live his truth. That's all. Mm, I don't think Jay Z is gay. I think Jay Z is a pervert. Oh yeah, ASAP Rocky, Rocky, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Rocky, whatever the fuck that nigga name is. He's another one who I think is a closeted. Like he's another good example of how Libra men can be closeted. You know, gay men, but it is what it is. ASAP Rocky is queer. He's fluid. He's sexually fluid. Let me pull up his chart. I'm telling you, most men in the industry are, but they not gonna tell you that because that's a misconception. People think just because dudes like women, and you didn't say that, but I'm just thinking about like the counter arguments that I've heard. Like You know, oh, he likes women or he got a family or whatever, whatever. But that shit don't matter. Yeah, Alicia Keys is definitely a bulldogger. NLE is, yeah. Post it in front of the sun up till the sun come down. Take a bitch nigga right off the map. 1988. Okay. Let me see what's going on. Oh, well, well, well. What the fuck do we have here? He has his Mars and Aries, which I mean doesn't always have to make a man gay, but you know, at best, it could deal with where he's, you know, attracted to masculine energy. Squaring Neptune. Didn't I just use that example? Mars squaring Neptune. He would be somebody who would be more uncomfortable with showing that he has an issue with his sexuality. Mars squaring Chiron in Cancer. That could be another one. He has his Sun squaring Neptune. That could make a person like have to play pretend. I don't know, guys. This chart's not doing anything to change my mind. I'm still pretty convinced on this one. I'm still pretty convinced. Now this will be a good time to pull up somebody's Black Moon Lilith. Okay, this will be a really good time to pull up somebody's Black Moon Lilith. And his is at the 12th degree of Libra. So technically, it would be conjoined to his sun, and also squaring his Neptune. So in other words, that can be a person who has a sexuality or something about their sexuality that's uncomfortable that they feel like they have to hide. Or it could cause them a lot of shame. Neptune deals with shame or guilt. He the type to like fuck a dude and like pretend like it didn't happen or be in denial. So bada boom, bada bing, bada bing, 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 pew, pew. But like I said, I mean, whatever. I'm not surprised. It is what it is, B. Good for him. We was slipping on semen when he said that. You know how much skeet got to be in the room for you to be whoa on semen? That's a whole lot of nut, baby. Thank you for the super chat, Arise. You're very authentic, intelligent, and entertaining. I love listening to your astrological perspective. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you. Thank y'all for watching and joining me. I appreciate it. Right, he gives me girl vibes for sure. He's a bad bitch. That's that Cancer moon. I'm telling y'all, these men with these Cancer placements, child. You got that Cancer moon, honey. Cancer moon men could also be like ladies' men as well. But Libras can too, though. Libras can be ladies' man. Yep. Let me see what else his Chiron is doing. Yeah, squaring Mars. Also, that Chiron, his Mars squaring Chiron and Cancer makes it so like even the way he carries himself is almost like a female. Like he'll be the type of dude because y'all remember he did an interview talking about how like a woman gotta spoil him and stuff like that. You know, because Mars, especially in a man, is his desire to hunt and chase and all that stuff. So between his Mars square Neptune and Chiron like that, I definitely see like he probably act like Rihanna girlfriend. Honestly. Rihanna be the top. They probably be doing that. Y'all ever heard that position that the Amazon position where it be like the girl be fucking the dude, but she be on top. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Not writing. That's different. Like, but like it be like missionary, but the dude it be like missionary, but the dude be on his back and his legs be in the air, like on her shoulders. You know what I'm talking about? That's what they be doing. Rihanna be tearing that ass up. She gives me, I will pay you. Rihanna be tearing that ass up. Ooh, you don't want no rough man. What you want? That's Joe Budden's favorite position. He calls it reverse missionary. Mm-mm. When his legs bite to the bite, got his leg. What y'all remember that song Candy had with Rashida called "Legs to the Moon"? My legs to the. Hold on, let me play it. Hold on, let me play it. Legs to the moon. Rashida featuring Candy. Y'all know Rashida ass cannot rap. My shit finna get dinged, but I don't care. She said she had her legs to the moon, baby. This is an old song. This is back when Rashida was still trying to rap and Candy. I don't know. Candy is talented as a songwriter, but this wasn't it. Legs, legs to the moon. Legs to the moon, legs to the moon. I'm dragging it. But I just want y'all to hear what I hear in my head. That's all. I can't be with someone that lacks a sense of humor. Relax, have a little fun. Yeah. I'm pretty like open to a lot of things. And men being able to like I really do think men should be able to explore, especially black men, explore like sex, without having to have their sexuality questioned and blah 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 blah. But I'm gonna keep it a band. I'm not fucking my nigga like no bitch, bro. Like, I'm not piping my nigga down. Like I'm not piping my nigga down. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. Like it's just not happening. I'm willing to do a lot of things. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Like I said, I've seen all I need to see. I'm gonna weaponize that shit against you, bro. You better not ask me to do no shit like that. I'm gonna ruin your life with that piece of information. Transit chart for Travis Scott during Astro World. Um, sure. If you know the what you call it, if you know the time and all that other stuff, we can look at it. A masochistic man. Okay, masochistic. Ain't that like yeah, that's like when he's beating on you and so you like that like dominatrix vibe. No, I'm not reading nobody's kids, baby. I don't read nobody's children. I know The only time I broke that rule is when I read on Solange, little bastard. I can't stand that little motherfucker. When them text messages leak and he called Sky Jackson a black bitch. I'm like, you little colorist, little baby fucking gremlin. How fucking dare you? And he's 16. I mean, 16 is still a child, but you know what the fuck you be doing. He old enough to know he doing. Little bitch, like gonna leak pictures of her naked and call her a black bitch. I'm like, you little colorist little fuck. And I thought that was so ironic because yo auntie Beyonce is y'all's we love a culture queen. We love a black excellence queen. We love a home na na we na na queen on the way. Home na na we na na queen on the way. Shine already, on already. Who's with me? Who's lions? Who's with me? But her nephew is out here calling folks black bitches. Y'all want to explain this to me? It's a little suspicious. Ain't that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? She done made her whole plot. She done transition into the black mother Nefertiti queen of the Nile. Solange out here having seats at the table, fighting for your right and my right to party. And this little motherfucker calling people black bitches. I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all wasp. I ain't watching shit. I don't give a goddamn. I'm telling the truth. That shit is a little weird to me. But anyhow, like y'all gonna shut me up. Bzz, watch it. Bzz, don't give a fuck. How can Venus and Gemini square Jupiter play out? So you have your Venus and Gemini in the 10th house, squaring Gemini in your first house, or excuse me, Jupiter in your first house of Virgo. Well, it can make you a person who worries a lot. It can make you someone who helps a lot of people a lot of times, but you have to be mindful that your help isn't being exploited, especially from a work standpoint. You could overextend yourself when it comes to work and things like that. And that can have actually not managing a lot of your stress and anxiety and stuff can have a really big impact on your health. She can't be blamed for his behavior. I don't think Solange child. You don't know what they tolerate. And true enough, I mean I don't live in a household. I don't know what's been said to him versus what hasn't been said. But hmm, I guess I call them the wasps. They not no damn bees. They some wasps. Bees are actually needed for the environment. Without bees, we would die. Wasps are menaces to society, and they need to be eliminated and destroyed. But y'all know I'm a concede on the nephew point. I just find it ironic. I'm not blaming Beyonce. I just find it ironic. That's all I'm saying. I don't like Beyonce like that, but I can concede on that point. I can concede on that point. Y'all know I don't really be seeing it for Beyonce like y'all do. And I ain't afraid to say it. Folks will literally be out here ready to attack you, kill you, your family over Beyonce, over a parasocial relationship that they have with a bitch who wouldn't even give a fuck if you drop dead tomorrow or tonight. Who said they won't have kids because they don't have no planets in the fifth house? Oh, M Corey 88. Yeah, not having kids. I mean, not having kids. Not having planets in the fifth house doesn't mean you're not gonna have kids. Because I mean, empty houses doesn't they in astrology or in the birth chart doesn't denote a lack of activity in that area. Because you got to keep in mind, we still have transits. Transits exist. You can have an empty fifth house and have a certain transit pop off in your fifth house and get pregnant or get somebody pregnant. I don't know any of these people as people, so I can't make an argument over who's a good person versus who's not. Um, but yeah. Do I did I prefer Kelly over B and Destiny's Child? Man, I'm not gonna lie. And I ain't gonna cap. I'm not a hater. I was definitely a Beyonce girl, Destiny's Child. I think to me, I think they made Kelly ugly in Destiny's Child on purpose. Cause after Destiny's Child, to me, in my opinion, Kelly started glowing up and looking cute. Like I thought I was like now Kelly is chef's kiss, beautiful, drop dead fucking gorgeous, superb, supreme, divine. But in Destiny's Child, she was kind of looking crazy a little bit. I think they made her look crazy on purpose. Like, but that's what happens when the lead singer got like everybody that work around y'all is their family member. You know what I mean? The daddy, our manager, the mama make our clothes, the cousins be in the background doing like, Beyonce was born and bred to take a certain position. And is she talented? Of course. But she had a lot of other things that were working in her favor, and I think they downplay her. Um, her meaning Kelly along the way. Kelly is also an Aquarius South Node, and it's like she never learned her lesson. Like she is supposed to be somebody who kind of steps into the spotlight in her own right. And she had moments where I felt like she was kind of getting the hang of that. Excuse me, especially with Dilemma and all that other stuff. But Megan Good and Devon Franklin. I'm not gonna have time to get to that tonight, but I can. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Um, I can write that down and make that one of my celebrity readings that I get into. Cause we're gonna do this little Astro World, and then I'm gonna get the fuck. Cause I do have some readings to catch up on. Oh, excuse me. I already read Kevin Samuels' chart too. I'm tired of that man. I'm tired of that woman. Kelly kind of annoys me because, and granted, I don't know what she wants. You know what I'm saying? Because if she's a person who just genuinely does not want fame and whatnot, then that's different. But or she does not want to be a solo star. But I just feel like she hasn't been she just has not understood the assignment at all, and it's disappointing because I feel like she could be a lot bigger than what she is, and or at least make it so that it's like neck and neck between Beyonce's career and hers. And you know, she doesn't have the light skin privilege that Beyonce has. We get that, but I just I'm kind of sad. I just feel like Kelly just and Michelle's just a non-factor, really. I mean, she's talented in her own right. Don't get me wrong. She had a little gospel album. My mama bought me her gospel album, y'all. My mama used to want me to listen to gospel music so bad when I was a kid. It actually wasn't that bad. But in Destiny's Child, her parts got on my nerves. And in all of the darkness and sadness, still comes happiness. If I surround myself with positive things. Like, girl, go ahead and end the song right here. This is not like whenever we used to play Destiny's Child on the playground and I would get Michelle, I would literally storm out the playground because who the fuck wants to be her? I do feel bad for her though, because I can only imagine how much depression, you know what I'm saying? Like that has to be hard. So I do have empathy for her. Like, but I mean, as a consumer, as a person, God bless her. She's probably a wonderful person. As somebody who, consumed Destiny's Child, I just wasn't feeling her like that. She wasn't. She just didn't do it for me. I was like, girl, she was awkward. That's what it was. That's looking back. I think that's what it was. It was like she she is not that she's like, oh, she's just not talented or whatever. It's like her type of talent to me didn't really mesh well with Destiny's Child and what they were as like a unit. When they would do sexy stuff, here come Michelle. Dun, 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 dun. Like I showed y'all that meme where it was like they were doing the lap dances on the BET Awards and they had their hands behind their heads and it was all sexy like and then it panned over to Michelle and she looked like a crackhead under arrest. It's just like what? Like it's her falling on stage. It's just even with the soldier video, I know some boys out there that looking strong tonight. Oh, he looking good and he talking right. Like, girl, we don't believe you. Like, just ew, like it's cringy. Like, don't you got a Bible study to go to? Michelle, girl, you was not checking for nobody's soldier. Can you imagine Michelle in a room with a soldier? Like, I just, oh my God, it's so embarrassing and cringy. But, whatever. It worked the way it works, I guess. Like I said, as a person, God bless her. I actually do feel bad for her because if I was in her predicament, I probably would, that has to be very depressing. But I don't deny my awkward. I wonder why they chose her too. I don't know. I honestly just think it's Beyonce and the Two Stooges. Like that's the vibe they was going for. Like somebody who wasn't gonna rock the boat, somebody who wasn't going to, um, in her demeanor seemed real docile. And remember, They had replaced all them group members. They had been had issues with girls. So they just like, look, we don't want no bitches who gonna give us no problems. Bitch, you was not gonna talk back. I need you to sing a little doo wop shabop bop woo wop boo wop bop and shut the fuck up and just go with it. And I just think she was just very agreeable. She didn't rock the boat. She wasn't nothing spectacular that like everybody was like, oh my god, like it just was what it was. They downplayed Kelly too. So I think the whole point of Destiny's Child was like supposed to be Beyonce and then the rest of the children. Well, yeah, I bet she's a Capricorn South now, so I bet she's a ruthless businesswoman. Not all of us can be naturally graceful and gorgeous, though. I don't even think that Michelle is not pretty. I just think she's awkward. Like, and that's fine. I think the only reason she's just awkward is like somebody said, she just didn't fit. And I just don't think she was a good fit for Destiny's Child. That's all. Like I said, when she did her gospel shit, it was actually like her album was good from what I remember. It was like, you know what I'm saying? The shit was solid. It was a lot more digestible than watching her in Destiny's Child. Not Cockwork. The Free Michelle. And she went away. Keisha Cole can't sing either. Sing from above. She just be screaming. Sing from above, yeah. Hey, that's her favorite thing to say. Hey, hey, yeah. Like, all right, Keisha. Keisha Cole slide. But no, I'm a ease up on Keisha Cole slide because she had a hard year. She had a real hard year this year. Losing your mama, your daddy, your dog. I'm like, God damn. So prayers to Keisha. Yeah, her first album was fire though. Her first album was fire. She's a great greeter. Right. I like that. I wanna get you, wanna get yeah, wanna get down and dirty, baby, play the game, play my way, but either way, or the superstar face from the movie screen, superstar, like the cover on a magazine. No matter what you do, no matter what you do, you'll always be my superstar. Superstar. I like that song. Off Kiki. You crack me up. I gotta go. I just wanted to say hello. I'm this year. You're such a virgin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Struggle boys. Laughing at their own jokes. That's a good one. I think Sagittarius laugh at their own jokes a lot. Admittedly, I know I be doing it. Shit, cause it be funny. Or it to me, if I find something funny, even if I say it, I'ma laugh. I think Leos do that too. I can see Gemini's doing that as well. Never knew what I was me. Listen, it's the little yodel for me. Like when I got older, I finally started to realize how annoying that song was. Like, why is she yodeling like that? Like, we used to have that song used to have us in the strongest of chokeholds at all of our little middle school dances. But looking back, I'm like, wow, that was kind of rough. That was kind of rough. Thank you. Yeah, I have a nice voice. Thank you. Having a lot of placements in the fourth house just means that there could be a lot of things that you have to resolve involving your family, especially if you have Pluto there. So a lot of those people could have like really either like toxic or dysfunctional relationships, or if the Pluto is in good condition, it could just mean you have a really tight knit connection with your family and your ancestors and whatnot. But if Mars is there too, I don't know, Mars and I go with Lilith and then Chiron, yeah, that could deal where you might have some trauma to work through in regards to your family. Back in the MP3 days, not me. You didn't like her hair? I loved it. I loved the what was it? The strawberry and the Tim Norman from CD Pop. What kind of update you want? And thank you again for the super chat. What kind of update did you want? And I haven't read K Michelle because she's another one. She's a Pisces, and this is very common for Pisces placements because they are liars, and everything is just always so smoke and mirrors with them. But she has like three different birthdays, like three on the internet, and I don't. It's just I would have been read on her by now. It's just I don't know what birthday to use. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and clock out tonight. I got some more work to do. I do thank you guys for joining me on today. I didn't get around to that Astro World Transit, so I guess I'll make an upload about it or I'll just do it in another live. So I'm going to holla at y'all at another time. Thank you guys once again for popping out, and I hope y'all have a great week, and I will catch y'all next weekend. Good night.